When Johnny Wactor was killed, he'd been walking that coworker to her car, making sure that she would be safe. Her name is Anita Joy, and she had known Johnny for 8 years. They were also dear friends. At the time of the killing, he was actually standing between the gunman and Anita when that fatal shot rang out. And I'm going to let her tell the rest of the story. She is now here with me live. Anita, thank you so much for being on with me. First and foremost, I am so incredibly sorry that you have had to go through what you've gone through. Are you doing okay? It's just been a little over a week.
It's been a roller coaster, to be honest. I took about 3 or 4 days of silence in my own home to process and just sit with all this. And I had no idea that his story was going to be so big. So I finally reached the point to where I posted on social media about it, just to express my own, concern on the situation and show support for his family and my coworkers. And then, of course, the story exploded, and I spoke to his mom and I said, hey, if you want me to respond about this, like with media contacting and stuff like that, I was just like, I want your blessing if that's what you want. If not, that's fine. And she was like, no, I want this story to be heard. I don't want it to be buried. I want to not let this be something in vain. Like, we're all fighting to get the attention of the mayor and make big changes for the bar industry and for LA City. So my fight or flight became fight, and kind of had put my own processing and emotions on the back burner to really push this forward and speak about it. And I honestly feel Johnny's hands on my back and through all this, because I know it's what his family wants.
I watched this Instagram post that we're playing of yours. I watched it and I read what you wrote, and I just had a lump in my throat. I could sort of feel how close you were to him. You seemed like you were really just great friends, more than just sort of coworker friends. It just seemed like you were really great friends. And you said, I was going to write it tonight. I was going to sort of rewrite what happened when you both left the bar. And I thought, I think it's better for you to just tell in your own words what happened when the two of you left the bar that night.
Yeah, so we always walk out together. We have a mostly male bartender team, so we have just a few females on. So that night, I believe it was just myself at the end with the guys, and 5 of us walked out together, and then 4 of us split off one way, and one went the opposite direction where he was parked. So I'm walking down the street with 3 big guys, and definitely didn't have an inkling of not being safe or anything like that. Johnny, myself, and 2 of our coworkers, and we split off at the corner of Pico and Hope to say goodbye to the other guys who were parked further away. And Johnny and I were parked on Hope Street. We were not in a parking lot. We were on Hope Street because we wanted to get free parking, because it's expensive to park around there, and we've all been spending a lot of money doing so. So I had found free parking previously, and then Johnny showed up an hour after me and randomly, ironically, parked directly in front of me. I was not in my vehicle that night. I was in a different vehicle, so he didn't recognize it or anything like that, but he just happened to be right in front of my car. So when we crossed Hope Street and turned left onto it, we were on the sidewalk side, and our vehicles were to our left.
So then I'm assuming that's when you spotted Johnny's car was jacked up and 3 people were around it. What happened next?
Yeah, we were just laughing and talking about things. The whole street was really dark. It's not really lit up right there. There's big trees that kind of cover any lighting. And the suspect's vehicle, they had their lights off, even the internal lights. So it was just very dark. So we didn't notice them right away. And then we came up to the front of my car, and I was like, oh, this is my ride. And he was like, oh, great, I'm parked right in front of you. And right then, when we looked at his car, it was on an angle. And our initial thought was like, oh no, he's getting towed. So we kind of jumped into action of hey man, we're here. Don't tow him. And so we stepped down into the street between the 2 cars. And then once we turned, our heads around the corner of his Prius, we saw a man down on his knees putting the jack under the car. And we startled him as much as he startled us. And we kind of like all just kind of like looked and I remember the guy just kind of looked up at us with these like big wide eyes, and he had a ski mask that was only covering or just showing like the front part of his eyes. So immediately we were like, oh, this is not good. You know, this is dangerous, or this is, you know, not what we thought it was. And immediately the man stood up, and there was no words exchanged from the suspects. I noticed that there was 3 men in total. There was a driver and there was another man in the back seat. So yeah, he stood up. The one man who was outside by the jack, he stood up, and Johnny and I were still just kind of verbally confronting, like, hey, like, this is his car, you know, leave us alone. And everything happened in an instant. They shot him without warning. They just immediately shot. And it was probably a maximum of 3 seconds from the time we stepped into the street until he was shot.
And without getting into, you know, graphic details, because I know you don't want to do that, and I wouldn't expect you to, what happened next?
The impact from the shot, I later came to learn, actually I recently came to learn from the security guard that helped us afterwards. The shot actually went kind of close into Johnny's armpit and side of his chest. So it was a direct lung shot. He came flying back from that impact because we were in such close quarters. There was only like maybe 2 feet between me and Johnny, and then maybe another 2.5, 3 between him and the shooter. So Johnny came back towards me, and I just grabbed him, and then the momentum of his body coming towards me turned me around, and we toppled to the ground together. And as he's coming back, I wasn't expecting that. I just heard the shot, and then he's coming backwards towards me. So once I caught him, I was like, Johnny, honey, are you okay? And he was only able to say, no, shot. So I immediately put 2 and 2 together with the sound, and then him saying that. And again, it's all happening so fast that your brain doesn't have time to process what's going on. So once we toppled to the ground, I was in this mode of like, okay, he's shot. He's going to need me to do something. I need to find out where this bullet is. I'm thinking at the time, not even thinking this is a fatal situation. I'm thinking like maybe his leg, maybe his arm, shoulder, something like that. So I just jumped into what do I do next mode.
When did you realize it was far more serious than that?
Once we hit the ground, I put my legs underneath of him to try to prop him up because he was really having these like sharp, shallow breaths, and he wasn't fully conscious with me anymore. He was kind of slipping in and out of it, and I just started screaming at him to stay with me and trying to have my voice be something for him to hold on to like, you know, kind of keep him there with me. And I had my hands on him, holding his torso up, and I had blood on my hands. So then I realized that he's starting to bleed excessively. And right then I'm just screaming for help, because the streets after 2:30, once everybody's gone home, they've got their Ubers, you know, there's nobody wandering the streets at that time. This is 3 a.m. Once we left, it was like 3:15 when we walked out of there, and it's around 3:20 when this is happening. So there's no one in the streets. There's no cars. There's no people. There's nobody. So it's just Johnny and I on the ground, and I'm screaming for help. And thankfully, one of our security guards had just gotten to his car, and he said he heard the gunshot, and then he heard me screaming. I just had a phone conversation with him last night, I believe, for the first time since this, because it's just been madness. And he needed his time to process as well. So he came to the corner and came running over with 911 on the phone.
Did he have any different recollections, or did he see anything that you hadn't seen but that you were able to share last night?
Yeah. Like I said, it was our first time like speaking on the phone about this. And I just told him, I was like, if you don't mind, I know that it's hard to talk about, and it's not easy. It's not something that we want to keep reliving, but I was like, I need your perspective, because obviously, you know, I have my perspective of what I saw, but this was my friend that was in very serious danger in front of me. So my full mental capacity of what to do in that situation, I needed someone else, and thank God Brian showed up. So yeah, he told me that he called 911 and he was on hold with 911 when he approached us. And then once the operator answered a few seconds later, I held the phone for him while the operator was directing him on how to proceed with CPR. And because it was a long shot, it was too much for even CPR, because he wasn't getting air into his lungs. Without getting into too much detail about that, yes, it was good to get a different perspective from Brian. And apparently a lady in a silver car pulled up and asked if we were okay. And I said, please help us. I don't really know what happened with that situation. I think that the ambulance pulled up right behind her, so she proceeded. But it was also, as soon as the ambulance got there, the paramedics tried CPR on him on their own and immediately put him into the ambulance. Like, it was just they didn't spend much time on the street then.
Have the police shared anything with you, Anita? Have they kept you, up to speed on the investigation or the efforts to find these people, especially since you're the last person who saw them, my assumption is, and could give whatever description you were able to give them?
A little bit. I am planning on calling the detective this evening, because he did call me maybe 5 days afterwards, and maybe less, and came to my home to show me a few things to see if it jogged any of my memory. So I really have a lot of faith in him. He's been really amazing, as far as, like, I think that he's really, it really means a lot for him to crack this case. He was very, like, almost emotional about it too with me. So I have faith in that. I'm trying to not bombard them, because I personally don't have any more information than what I've already given them the morning of and afterwards. I've been racking my own brain to try to, get some other type of, image of the suspects, but they were fully dressed in black clothing, hoodies up, ski masks on. A lot of people were like, well, what's their ethnicity and what's their age, what's their height? And I don't know. Like, it's just, the police have all the information that was possible to give them, and it's really hard to go by. But I do have faith in them, that they are trying the hardest. And the detective told me he also has like 8 other people on this case that he normally wouldn't have at his disposal. So
well, you
that's
have
comforting too.
Thousands of other people who are behind you as well right now, people who want those people caught. And we will stay on the story, and we will keep this story alive. We'll also give information in just a moment for anybody who's watching who might know something. Anita Joy, I'll just repeat it. I'm so sorry for you that you've had to go through all of this and that you've lost your dear friend, especially in this horrendously violent way. I'm very thankful that you shared this with us. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for your time too.
And anyone who has information, we appeal to you. Take a screenshot of this right now. 2 detectives, Detective Gonzalez or Detective Martinez. There's the number, 213-996-4142. It's also easy just to call Crime Stoppers. There's the number, 800-222-8477. I always say it, just take a screen grab. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.